to what Jackie Dumpson. Check it out. Now, Meek Mill is kind of like Kevin Gates, except his vernacular is constricted and limited to 140 characters, usually emojis and a bunch of LOLs. Now, Meek Mill's one of those guys, man, you hear him in an interview, he's talking that real shit. I've said before, yo, we need more Meek Mill interviews because, listen, dudes in the hood and kids growing up in the hood under the same circumstances that Meek Mill escaped from, they'll more listen to somebody like Meek more than they'll listen to somebody like Drake or even somebody like me. They might be like, I'm preaching, I never lived it, right? They might be saying that. But Meek, he's actually been through it. He was selling drugs, he was shooting at niggas, basically he was locked up, he's changed his life around. Now, my big problem with Meek Mill is that he doesn't practice what he preaches, right? He talks a really good game. He talks that game like, he talks that post-game press conference type of game. Like, yo, had we done this, we would have won. Listen, we learned this, we learned that. But when it comes time to the next game, he's still fucking up making the same mistakes, all right? Meek Mill, when you heard him do interviews earlier last year, he was talking a lot of positive stuff. When it got time to do action, he started fucking up. Now, he's speaking out about everything in light of the recent police killings and really the racial tension that exists within the United States. And he said this: once I found out I wasn't born to fail and just fall victim to a fake-ass life that don't offer shit but jail and death, I carry myself with extreme confidence. I know my value, even though that's where we came from. And I mean, almost all of us has experienced that in life. Wake up! Don't question my raps because it's a life we lived and we suffered from. I have a right to express myself. By the way, after DC4, I won't continue to rap about extreme violence. I will remain to let my people know in these terrible environments to adapt and survive at any cost because us black people are still at war with ourselves and the system in real life. Hashtag grammar check. Obviously, if you guys don't know, I didn't read it verbatim because Meek Mill is not a motherfucking, linguistic expert, okay? Now, he continued by saying, I don't talk American English because I don't believe in it. I never cared about writing or speaking that way. I don't dress that way. I'm doing me. Better yet, doing us, okay? Now, very enlightened conversation, or at least post by Meek Mill. He's talking about really the black situation currently. And he's even kind of looking at himself saying, hey, listen, I chose a different path and I'm glad I'm not in jail currently or dead. And I'm going to try to change my music where I'm not pushing extreme violence. But we definitely do have to adapt because that's part of survival. I agree with all what he's saying. But I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. That's why I keep telling y'all that these rappers and these singers, they're just entertainers and just that. In reality, most people want to hear a lot of fuckery lyrics from Meek Mill. All right? People want to hear a bunch of fuckery from Chief Keef. In reality, when you hear these rappers start trying to become activists, they think people will accept them for different messages. I'm telling you that's not the case. What most of these entertainers should say is that, listen, I'm an entertainer, okay? Basically, my job is to entertain. I do care about these social issues, but honestly, if my craft wasn't the way it is, I wouldn't be popular. If Meek wasn't rapping about killing niggas and pulling up in the foreigns and rollies on the wrist, niggas wouldn't care about him, okay? If Meek Mill came in here rapping on some positive shit, believe me, he wouldn't be relevant. So it's a little bit hypocritical when I hear people who have pushed violence in their music and promoted it to say that, oh, listen, they now care about this other stuff and they're going to now try to change your music, because I'm thinking yo, you know you're not going to change your music because people will stop checking for you. As soon as Chief Keef raps one goddamn lyric about let's all put the guns down, hold hands, and pray and sing Kumbaya, 20,000 of his fans is gone. Same thing with Meek. Again, I'm not saying he doesn't care in real life, but in his entertainment that he puts out, people only look to Meek Mill for street raps. And street raps usually center around promoting black-on-black violence. Unfortunate, but it's true. So while Meek Mill, again, spoke a good game, when it comes to executing it, right? We'll see if he's still rapping street shit next year. Get in Akademiks. Make sure you guys definitely subscribe to Akademiks. Meek Mill say he ain't gonna rap about no more extreme violence after DC4, which means you know what he's rapping about in DC4. Extreme violence. Come on, man. And to be honest, I bet DC4 is well received. Get in Akademiks, man. It's Akademiks. I'm out.